Ladies and gentlemen, we had the core booster, so guess what we're having here? We're having the butt booster in the XXL format, and we're starting straight away with our back leg lifts on the right side. So stand on your left leg, bend the knees some, and then lift the right leg 90 degrees up. At least hip height. You want to bend your upper body forward. So elongate your spine forward, pulling the tailbone back, the crown of your head forward, and then extend those arms sideways while you keep lifting your right leg up and down. So we're isolating our glute muscles here, the main glute muscle, the maximus, and we're maximizing range of motion here. So I want you to make this movement really big. Wiggle and wobble and stretch it a bit if you need to, and then come onto the other side. So we're standing on the right leg, bending forward, and then lift this left leg up. Again, big range of motion, so make this movement as big as you can. I'm a big fan of controlled movement. So what you can imagine here is that if I would say stop at any moment, you could just stop right there and keep this leg hovering in any position, and especially in the upward position at the top. So this top position, if you want to maximize your glute toning and strengthening, stay up there for 1 second, maximally contract your glutes, and then lower down. Well done. So we're slowly getting warmed up here. Side plank leg lift. This is pretty hardcore, so get going. Right hand is underneath your shoulder. You're staying on the right side, and now lift the leg lift up. And if you can, don't drop this leg left leg down. I'm having trouble with the left leg here. So the right hip stays up, one long line between your right foot and your right shoulder. No dropping, no sagging, no gravity pulling here. And we're lifting this left leg up. Here we go. If you want to engage the full leg, either point the working leg or flex the working leg. And you really needed this break, I guess. So we're changing on the other side. Be aware that side already worked a bit. So come onto your side plank, hand underneath the shoulder, push this hip up, and then work your right leg up and down. So since we've already been working the left side, this might be extremely hard. One variation you can do here is come down onto the elbow. It doesn't really make it easier for your leg, but it does make it easier for your wrist. If you're having wrist problems, you can always come down on your elbow here. So keep working that upper leg, keep pushing your hip up. No sagging, no gravity pulling, no following the gravity. Keep pushing up. One full line between your left foot and your left shoulder. And there we go. If you need to pause the video to shake it out, breathe, grab some water, open a window, do it. Then come into an elbow plank, Sphinx position. Elbows are underneath your shoulders, forearms are parallel. You're looking in between your hands, and now come into your plank. Your hips are shoulder height, and then lift one leg after the other. Make sure, again, to control the movement. So anytime you would want to stop, or I would tell you to stop, you could just linger there in any position, and especially that top position. Make sure to not pull your hips up when the leg comes up, but you want to stay as low as possible with your hips, that shoulder height, and really just move those legs. Here we go, come back up, releasing our wrists and shoulders a bit. I know that was hard, but hey, we need to suffer sometimes for beauty and fitness. So stay on your left side, and now step that right leg out, and you can just softly touch the floor here. That's a tap, tap, tap in, tap out from the mount of your toes. Not really shifting the weight out, just lifting the leg out. The weight stays on the left leg, so balance here on the left leg, and we're bending the left leg as much as possible. Focus on grounding your left leg, your heel, your outer arches, and your big toe mount in the ground. And if you've done that, keep moving your arms and keep breathing. Perfect. So many things to be aware of. So shake it out, rotate your arms, and then come on to the other side. Right leg is the balancing standing leg, and the left leg is tapping in and tapping out, just to push you out of balance a little bit. Right kneecap is pointing towards the second and third toe. Push your hips backwards and down. Go as low as you can. And once you get this position, now move your shoulders. So the shoulders are twisting contralaterally to the moving knee. So we're closing and opening elbow and knee that are moving in and out, in and out, in and out. You will realize that if you start bringing these arms into the movement, that you can actually go faster. That's the wonderful rebound of our connective tissue storing kinetic energy. Come on, here we go. Go down into your down dog position. We're lifting the right leg here. It's just the right leg. So right leg repeater, lifting while you're staying in your down dog position. And this again is big range of motion. So you can either stop right there with those two legs parallel, or if you want to go for a bigger range of motion, you can also bend the knee and pull it all the way to the chest and then reach back out all the way for big range of motion here for the hips. Otherwise, just isolate the glute muscle here by lifting the leg back and up. In the top position, the leg is extended. Then if you need a break, have a little seat, shake your wrists, shake your elbows, shake your shoulders, or pause the video, and then come back into down dog position. This time we're isolating the left side. So the left leg is lifting up. And if you want to go a little bit further, stop right there at the top for a split second, control the movement, make sure you're one long line from your hands, your shoulders, over your hips, all the way into your foot. Huge extension. So the down dog position is also a chest extension, stretch, chest opening. And this down dog split repeater, our glute isolation, is also a psoas stretch, releasing our hips. Great one. Cool. Come back up. No work for your wrists here, but for your ankles and knees. So we're starting in a squat. And then we're jumping up and into a twist. So we're going alternating, twisting right, jump back, twisting left, jump back, twisting right, jump back, twisting left, jump back. And when you're squatting, your hips go as low as knee height. Low as knee height. Exactly. So you're squatting really, really low just to catch yourself, jump back up, catch yourself, jump back up. And as you know, I love shoulder movement. So the shoulders go contralaterally here. We're closing towards the front knee and opening back into parallel position. Keep working this. This is great thigh and glute workout. Hope your wrists relaxed a bit. Come into a reverse plank. Fingers are pointing towards your feet. And then lift those hips up into one long line. Then keep those hips up, but lift those legs alternating left and right. I like to point my feet here, not just because it looks pretty, but also because it engages my calves, so I can engage the whole back line here. If your calves start to cramp a bit, which they might, then simply flex the feet. That will release the calf and stretch the calves a bit. So pointing or flexing, but please do engage those feet and don't just let them hang and dangle around. Observe your shoulders. Remember to smile with the collarbones and slide the shoulder blades down. Cool. If you need a bit of rest, you got 10 seconds. If you need more, you can always pause the video. Then we come back into reverse plank. And this time we're lifting and lowering. That's all. And in case your calves start to cramp, because this is already the second one pointing, you can always flex these feet here. Actually, this position, if you let your feet dangle a bit, I don't really care. I want you to isolate the movement in your hips. This is a glute strengthener. We're also working the hamstrings and we're working the spinal erector muscles and also a bit on our latissimus and shoulders here. So make sure to open the shoulder girdle, slide the shoulder blade blacks and down, lift the chin a bit, look not to your feet but into the sky or far away. Yes. Here we go. Coming back up. No strain for your shoulders and wrists, but for your balance. So we're starting on the left-hand side and then swing the right leg back and forward. So you might want to just start standing upright, starting with little swings, and then start to get a little bigger. Ideally, you're managing to do a 180-degree swing, so half a circle, but you will only succeed if you bend forward with your upper body. No bouncing, just bending. So your spine or back will be parallel to the floor, and that way you can lift the leg backwards 90 degrees. Cool, I hope you managed. That's a lot of balance here, and we're pulling ourselves out of balance at the same time, so a huge challenge. Try the other side. So standing on your right leg, and now swing the left leg forward and backwards. Again, for the sake of beauty, you can point the foot when the leg swings forwards and when the leg swings backwards. But in order to pass through at the middle, you will have to flex the foot. So it's a bit of focusing, concentrating on what the foot is doing. So only do that if the whole swinging and balancing goes naturally. Try to release your shoulders, even though the arms are pointing out. Try to release the shoulder blades on the shoulder girdle and on your rib cage. Perfect. So I hope you're up for a little adventure, because this is a jump out in all fours. I'm going to reverse you and put you upside down, little inversion here. So we're starting in a bear position, hands underneath the shoulders, and then hover your knees and jump up to one side and then jump up to the other side. So you're not lingering on one side, we're just bouncing from one side to the other. And imagine you're jumping over an invisible stool or box. So you want to leg curl, kicking those heels in towards your hips every time you're jumping. And this also gives you more momentum. So kicking the legs in will give you more of a lift, more of a flight, more air time. Wonderful. 10 seconds of rest for your wrist, ankle, shake it, use it. Big inhale, and then come into crab position. That's an inverse plank, but the knees are bent. So your fingers are pointing towards your feet, knees are above your ankles, and then grab the opposite toe any way possible. The first ones are always a bit wobbly and maybe look a bit weird, but then slowly start to not shift the weight back and forth or left and right too much, but stay centered with your hips, with your core, and try to simply move one arm and one leg while the hips stay up. Keep those hips up, lift those hips. Yes. And just to continue on isolating our glutes here, glute and hamstring work, crab lifts. So push those hips up and down, simple movement. And I don't want you to sit down, I just want you to hover. And when you're pushing up, maybe you have a bit of a mirror or you can observe your knees. Those knees are always pointing forward, stay parallel. No flipping in or flipping out. Toes are parallel, kneecaps point forward. And I'll push those hips up as much as possible. Elbows are slightly bent, don't overextend the elbows, be aware of your joints. Open your shoulder girdle and lift the chin now a little bit, look to the horizon. Wonderful. All right, we lie down for a little bit. So lie on your chest. If you need to cushion or soften a little bit, grab a towel or a mat and then lay down on the belly. Let your chest glue to the floor, same with your forehead, and just lift the legs from your thighs. So lift those thighs, turn the legs out slightly, and then beat those heels. So heel beats are quick and very fast little movements engaging the inside of our glutes. You will feel your adductors, you will feel your glutes, and you will feel this straining your legs a lot. Now protect your back by sucking the navel up as if you would like to create a little bit of space between the navel and the floor. And keep breathing, 3 more seconds. You did it. Stay on the ground, stay lying on your belly, you can stay there. This time we're stretching the arms forward, we're still lifting the legs and the arms, and now we're shifting sideways, rolling to one side, controlling lying back on the belly, and then lifting on to the other side. Wonderful. In good old tradition, try to be able to stop at any point, so you don't just want to throw yourself onto one side and then throw yourself back onto the belly, but try to control the movement as if you would want to stop there right on the side and then slowly come back forward. As a trick, when you're on the side, come forward first with your chest, and when you're rolling to the side, open the legs first. So roll back with the chest first and then open the legs to the side first. Try that again next time. I'm sure I'll give you another chance for that, but here we are, stretching and stretching it out already. Forward fold, little bit of dynamic stretching and bending, alternating one leg and then the other. So that was 18 minutes of 45 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Our XXL butt booster. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, share this with your loved ones, with your friends, family, colleagues, whoever loves these kind of workouts. And we're relaxing right now, just bending forward, grounding the heels into the floor, relaxing the upper body forward, relaxing the head, the shoulders, the neck, the whole back line. And then inhale, roll up slowly, suck the navel in, and I'll give you one last stretch and tone for the butt. So cross your right ankle over your right knee and then sit backwards and down. Keep your core engaged to elongate your spine, and then lift those arms either to the side or up. Or if you had enough of arm movement and your shoulders feel really sore, you can also do a little bit of a chest stretch here. That means you're bringing the arms behind your back, lifting both arms, interlacing the fingers to give your chest a big stretch, opening the chest. And don't forget, right leg is crossed over, knees turned out. Great. Untie yourself, untwist, uncross, untangle, and then do the same thing on the other side. So we're crossing the left leg, left ankle over the right knee. First, sit down and back to engage our stretch here. Make sure the left leg is turned out. Right hip is dropping, left hip is parallel and also dropping. And then either lift the arms to the side, working the upper back here a little bit more, Or if your arms are really sore, interlace the fingers behind the back, lift and stretch the chest. Wow, you're wonderful. You did it. You can do it anytime you want. Repeat that one if you're really up for a butt booster. And I'll see you all around next time for a core series.